So I went to her and borrowed $5,000. I told her, keep it between us.
I tried to talk to her, but she had me blocked.
I was paying her, yeah, I was.
Hey,
Thanks, sir. Thanks,
we're close to Thanksgiving. This doesn't sound like Thanksgiving.
And the turkey is raw.
Plaintiff Antoinqueal Andrews alleges her angry aunt owes her for an unpaid personal loan. She's suing for $3,300. Defendant Marie Williams claims her niece is a foul-mouthed fool who harassed her for an early repayment. She says she owes nothing.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. I do.
I do.
Thank you. The witnesses could have a seat. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
This is case number 094 on the docket, Andrews versus Williams.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
And
Judge.
welcome to both of you. We have the plaintiff, Antoinqueal Andrews, and you are suing your aunt, Marie Williams, for $3,300 for not paying back a loan plus interest. Antoinqueal, why don't we start with you? What is your case?
Okay, when I turned 18 years old, we went to court, basically, me and my grandmother and my siblings, to basically figure out what happened to my mom. And we got a settlement from my mom's death. And about 3 months after that, my aunt came to me, basically.
How much did you get from that?
The settlement was almost $16,000.
$16,000 you got from your mother's estate. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And then 3 months later, my aunt, she came to me basically saying that she needed some money, and her being my favorite aunt, I really didn't mind. And I gave her a total of $5,000 first. And maybe about a week later, she came to me and asked me for $1,500 more in church. And once I gave her that, she came up with the idea to sign basically like a agreement, and we signed it, and that was the end. And then we was waiting for her to get her disability or something from her job. And when she got that, she gave me $2,000 cash. That was her first payment, and that was in October. The agreement said September. That was no problem. And then once she gave me the $2,000 cash, then we went from there. Then December, I had some car problems, and I had recently lost my job, and I kind of hit hard times, and I needed the money right then and there. And when I contacted her, I couldn't get in touch with her because I guess I was blocked. So I contacted her son. Everybody was at my grandmother's house. And when her son answered the phone, I asked, could I talk to her? That's when she told her son to basically ask me, what did I want? I told him, ask her, where's my money at? That was December 30th. That's when I rode over there, and I'm like, what do I want? Like, you know what's going on. I need my money. It's the end of the month. It's not the 31st, but it's the 30th. What one day is going to change? So that's when I called the police. When I called the police, he basically told me that it wasn't really nothing that he can do because that was a civil matter and I would have to take it to court. When the police came, the kids basically went in the house and said that I was calling the police. That's when she left. And I don't know what happened after that because the police left from me and went to her house.
Have you received any payments beyond the first $2,000 that were paid back?
Yes, I did.
And how much was that?
I know she sent me $600 1 month, and then I think like a total of $1,200, if I'm not mistaken.
In your statement, I think $1,800. In other words, 3 $600 payments were paid to you.
When you go on evidence 2, it shows how much she paid me in Cash App, and that was $1,700.
Okay, so you're saying $1,700.
And if you look, it's where she declined.
And
Yes.
But in any event, according to you, at least $3,700 has been paid back of the original $6,500.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Now let me hear from Marie. Marie, she says she's been paid back $3,700.
And then she added on the $500 for interest when she added on. I didn't say that. And if you look into the agreement, which is on evidence 4, you will see what I'm talking about.
Okay, here it is. I, Antoinqueal Andrews, am loaning Marie Williams a total of $5,000, which she agrees to pay back on a monthly payment arrangement. The first payment of $1,000 by the end of September, minimum $600 at the end of each month, until the full balance of $5,500 is paid. And we know there was then the additional $1,500. So if I look at these, it comes to $7,000. Okay. And what do you say about that?
I went to her in July because I had emergency surgery and my lease was up in my apartment and I was about to move into another house. So yes, I went to her and borrowed the $5,000 from her. When I got my disability check, I gave her $2,000 cash. I went back and borrowed the $1,500 for utilities and stuff for the house. So when I wrote the statement up, it said only 5,000, but that's where the money come in at. But I paid her when my check came, I gave her $2,000. That was the $1,000 that was written up in the agreement for the first payment and $1,000 towards the $1,500.
So you paid her $2,000, and then were there 3 payments of $600 that were also paid to her?
It was 2 payments of $600, and then the other $500 that completed the $1,500 that I borrowed from her.
So you're saying you paid her back $1,700 in addition to the first $2,000. Okay.
Yes.
So that's where we get the discrepancy. Okay. Yes, you can say something.
For her witness birthday, you know, she went and brought a truck, and you know, that was in evidence 1, and then I understand that she said that he was going to help me pay for it back, but if that was the case, then none of this stuff should have been brought until my money was paid back. And on evidence 1A, this is where he brought the purse for her birthday. So all of this stuff was brought, and none of my money was paid back.
I can't, yeah, go ahead, say something.
First off, I didn't buy a truck. He brought his own truck. His truck is in his name. I didn't buy a truck. And yes, he brought me a purse as a gift, but she was getting paid up until the moment that she came to the house and made a scene, and I wasn't even the end of the month yet. And she was being paid every month, the $600 as agreed, until she sent the police to my house. And when I talked with the police and told him what was going on and told him it wasn't due until tomorrow, and I had half of the money, but I couldn't get the rest out of the ATM because you can only pull out a certain amount. So I was going to get the rest the next day, but she insisted. She came and cussed me out and caused a scene at my mom's house to the point that, yes, I did leave and went to my house because I stay around the corner from my mom. And I told her it wasn't due yet, I got you tomorrow, but she wasn't hearing that. So she breached the contract by enforcing, trying to make me pay early, and I didn't have to pay until the next day.
I was brought into this matter because my sister doesn't have anyone, you know, as in on her side on this case. When I came to my auntie, when the payments were late, I came to my auntie and I then said, hey, whatever agreement y'all had, that is amongst y'all's too. But when it was a late situation, I then was brought into it because that was outside of the contract due to her not paying when she was saying she was going to pay.
Marie, you have a witness, right? His name is Tyrone Lonan. If he would step forward, please.
Can I say something?
Tyrone, you heard what was said. What do you want to say?
First of all,
in
Judge
response?
Jerry, payment was never late. We never made no payment late, and I'm not even understanding why my truck or the mere fact that I purchased my fiance a pocketbook or a truck, that has no bearings on we paying her loan
I
back
agree.
that she loaned her
I understand.
auntie. That has no bearing. Life still goes on. You understand where I'm coming from? The mere fact that I was paying her every month on time. That's what we're here for, about. You see what I'm saying? She the one breached the contract. We didn't do anything wrong. We did nothing wrong.
Okay.
But, Your
You understand where I'm coming from? I spoke with her, as a matter of fact. I spoke with Nook in the backyard and told her and her boyfriend, because at first I didn't know nothing about this. You see what I'm saying? So I spoke with her and told her, after he got back to me, I told her that I appreciate what she did for her auntie. You understand where I'm coming from? And that I will be paying her. I will make sure that she gets her money. She said, okay. We was back there in the backyard fishing, everything good. I gets home from work.
Okay.
All this right here blowed out of proportion when the police got called to the house. And I'm like, for what?
I totally agree with you, Tyrone, on that. How he spends his money, or how anyone spends it, that's not before this court. That's not anyone else's business right now.
Yeah, just because you owe a loan, that don't mean life don't go on.
Tyrone, stop. Learn to take yes for an answer, okay? All right, easy. Now, what I'm saying is, he's right. There's no issue there. He's allowed to spend his money any way he wants. He's not a party to this suit. And if he was making payments to help out so that you get your money back, wonderful, good. If he wants to buy other things with his money, that's his business. That's not our business here. Okay, now, the bringing the police to the house, or because you were concerned, you were worried. You were worried that the money wouldn't get there in time. There may have been other issues before, so you got nervous, scared. You thought she wasn't going to pay the next day, whatever it was.
We talked about it, and she asked me about the payback, and I told her that as long as we keep it between us, you know, because I didn't want family involved, because family could be messy. I say, as long as we keep it between us, me, you, and my fiance, because I told her that he would be paying it back because I was still out of work on disability. So I said, as long as you keep it between us, I'll give you an extra $500 for, you know, for giving it to me and keeping it between us. And I told her to make her feel comfortable, I would print something up to show her that, you know, I would pay her the money back, long as she keep it between us. And I wrote everything out and we signed it.
You're saying the extra $500 would be if this whole arrangement would be kept silent because you didn't want the family to know about it.
Yes.
Antoinqueal, did you understand that she was going to give you, as she brought it up, she would give you an extra $500 if it was kept quiet?
Yes, that was an understanding.
Okay. Now, we're close to Thanksgiving. You have a lovely family here. You guys loved each other. Your aunt has been a major part of your life. She got a loan. It's being paid back. Maybe not initially as you wanted it, but it's being paid back. It's being paid back. And by now, almost 8 months, 9 months later, it's time for the whole thing to have been paid back. So what would...
Then could have got paid back.
You did have a loving relationship before, didn't you?
Yes, we did, but I tried to come to her and talk to her, but she had me blocked. So what was I supposed to do if she had me blocked?
Can I say something, Judge, on that?
She had me blocked on Facebook, and she had me blocked on messages.
Yes, say something, and then I'll say something. Yeah.
The reason she was blocked is because she kept sending me requests early to pay her the money early, and I kept declining them. And when I decline them, she'll send me nasty texts, or she'll call and cuss me about the money. She's been doing this the whole time I had the loan. And the only reason I did not finish, Tyrone did not finish paying her, is when the police came to my house.
But Tyrone is not in the agreement.
He advised me that, Antoinqueal.
I was paying her though, right?
All right.
So you know what?
I don't know
One
what
at a
you're
time.
doing, but it shouldn't have been between y'all.
Axel.
Like,
This
that's
doesn't
between
sound...
y'all. That's between her and her aunt.
This doesn't sound like Thanksgiving. Okay. Ease
and
up,
the turkey
everybody.
is raw.
Now, okay.
And the turkey is raw.
She was blocking you because technically she didn't yet, until the end of the month, the next day didn't owe the money, and she's saying you kept calling or trying to reach her before. She didn't like it. Whatever,
that's not
she
true
didn't
either.
like that.
That was the only time that I requested any money from her, was after she did not pay me my money.
The police advised me that she said that she was taking me to court. So he said, if it's gonna be this much confusion, just cut all contact until your court papers come. That's the only reason I declined her request, because she already said she was taking me to court. So it was no need for me to send any more money.
That doesn't violate the whole contract. All it violates is the $500, because the $500 was based on it not becoming a family issue. Admittedly, when you brought the police to the house and everybody was there and arguments ensued, that obviously made it public within your family about what had been going on. So that $500, you don't get that. But the rest of the loan, not now, no. The $6,500 that was loaned, you are entitled to be paid back. Okay, so that loan you get. There is nothing that violated that part of the argument. She loaned you, in total, $6,500. She is entitled to be paid back that $6,500, even if there's a fight within the family. I believe that that $500 was based on keeping this whole thing quiet. It wasn't kept quiet, and therefore, she's not entitled to that extra $500. But the $6,500, she is entitled to all of that being paid back. She has been paid back $3,700, showing the evidence shows that $3,700 has been paid back. The plaintiff is entitled to $2,800, which would make up the rest of the loan. So I am finding for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,800.
I didn't really want to, have everybody in our business, because like she said, this was between me and her.
It's not like we wasn't paying. We was paying. As y'all can see in the courtroom, they did. Her sister, her witness, said that we did pay.
I'm glad she got got it resolved, and they can go with their life. I'll go with my life, and if our paths cross, then hey, I'm still auntie.
I love her because she is my aunt, but if she wants a relationship, then, that we can work on that.
Hey, YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.